All right. But I will say, all jokes aside, I want to thank the Guardians.
Yes.
Curtis Danberg.
Curtis was
a great character.
Curtis
is awesome.
Love,
yeah.
It was first class. My parents was just so happy. They was just like, these are the best seats we ever had. Y'all showed us so much love. And I'm going to just be honest with you, man. And I'm not comparing to nobody else. I'm going to always have respect for y'all for the way y'all rolled out that red carpet. That was a beautiful thing, man. I just want to thank you. From my family to you, thank you for being so gracious.
Yes.
So
Well said.
So the Guardians VPs from the Guardian staff, Neil Weiss and Bob DiBiase are joining us on Monday to talk about that. But they've been first class for a long time.
They have.
And the way that folks in this town underappreciate what they've been doing.
They've taken it for granted, Brad.
Yeah, they take it for granted. Yeah,
and never take greatness for granted because it can disappear like that.
We're going to get down to the nitty-gritty on Monday, but I tell you what, they are. I'm not surprised that you got first class.
Yeah, we had such a good time yesterday.
We kind of threw them a curveball, too, because I didn't know this. Initially, I think McNuggets asked for 10 tickets for our staff.
Yeah.
So that way we could bring a family member. You brought your folks and your wife. I brought my wife. And I didn't know this. Going on behind the scenes, my son, who coaches track at Rutgers and is in studio today.
We have a studio. Let's introduce
Yeah, we've got an entire studio.
Guests in the
First of all,
building.
Director Steve, tell us about our first guest.
Right.
That is Director Jim, a.k.a. Director Steve's brother.
Yes.
He's also a lefty. He's a member of the Ohio State Marching Band.
OSU.
Wow.
No
Jabiddle.
question. No
Very
question.
nice. Very
And
nice.
he's also older than Steve, which Steve wants everyone to know.
So Steve's better looking and older brother.
Correct.
Yes.
All right, very good. And then this is Maddie and Corey. That's my son and his girlfriend. Corey, as you know, if you watch the show regularly, coaches track at Rutgers. And we FaceTimed Tuesday night, and we had told him that I was going to throw out the first pitch. And he said, oh, man, I wish I could be there. I never expected that he could. So we're down on the field getting ready to, I think we were doing one of the shows for Channel 3, and I look up, and here comes my son, my wife, and Maddie walking down the steps. And it was one of those moments where you don't expect to see that person. And my original thought was, damn, that looks like Corey. And then I saw who he was with, and I'm like, that is Corey. He came in from Rutgers, which, from New York. It's not, they drove. It's a seven-hour drive.
Yeah.
They got to drive it back. They're going to stay for the weekend. We're going to the Buckeye game tomorrow. We're going to watch the Browns game together.
I was just going to ask if you're going to Buckeye game.
Yeah, we are. Because Rutgers is in town. My son,
Corey,
the
I'm
diehard
sorry.
that he is, and he's paid by Rutgers. You know what he said? When we left the house this morning, he looked at me serious as a heart attack and said, hey, we got a real chance in this game.
Hold on. Corey,
They got a chance to cover, maybe.
Corey, let me enlighten you.
Yeah.
Get to the Panera stand and the popcorn's there. This is going to be a beat down tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. I have a feeling it will be. So earlier this week, Adam actually asked Robert Smith the question, could the Bucks beat Rutgers Saturday if Bull and McNuggets were the running backs? And Robert Smith never batted an eye. He's like, oh, yeah.
Without a question.
Yeah, they could win.
I'd run for 250 easy.
Without question.
You're not running for 250.
I love how the fact he just woke up and with so much optimism.
He was like,
the game telling you the game playing over some eggs.
Yeah.
His paycheck has that R on it, so he's got to think that way. And now when he talks about it, he says us. The kid grew up the biggest Ohio State fan of all time. And then they didn't recruit him.
I grew up a big Guardians fan. If you had made it to the majors and got drafted by the White Sox, they'd be us.
Yeah, absolutely right.
I have to give him credit. You got to roll with who you're with.
You do.
You got to roll with who you're with.
That's right.
You have to.
So wait, before we move on, though, this is what we have to look at and watch and see because not only were we at the Guardians game yesterday, but we had the privilege of going out on the field. The Guardians announced the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and then Jay alongside two kids who were phenomenal.
Yeah, they both threw
Throughout
great
the
first
first
pitches.
By the way, before you show the pitch real quick, when I was leaving, I ran into the dad of the kid who had the heart issue. I ran into his dad when I chatted with him while really nice family.
Yeah, very
They were
nice.
very excited to meet you and very excited to be out on the field, and the kid made a great pitch.
He threw it all the way. He told me, I asked him before, are you going to go up to the mound? He goes, to the top.
Yeah, and he did.
And I said, can you get it there? He's a shortstop pitcher for his team. He's only like 10, but man, he threw an absolute strike.
You got to recruit that kid, Bull.
I know.
He would
Yeah,
help
you
on the
need him.
Rocky River,
I do.
whatever.
I need another pitcher.
Yeah, he's a great kid.
All right, so you guys ready?
Yeah.
So the UCSS camera. Let's see if Jay threw a ball or a strike.
First of all, I'm stunned that you're even trying to, for a second, think that was a ball.
That's a strike.
That's a
it's
strike.
a high.
I mean,
in fact, not only is it a strike, it's exactly what I said would happen. I said you would throw a high strike.
You did.
And that's exactly what you did. It was right at the top of the zone.
Yes.
It was a strike.
Yeah, there's no question it was a strike. McNugget's trying to stir up some controversy. Now, so the catcher, we should point out, that's Kirk McCarty, who, by the way,
tiny,
smaller than we thought. We know he's listed at 5'8". He's not that tall. And now watch where he catches it. Now, granted, he's squatting, but he's 5'8". Yeah. But he catches it just above his head.
Did I see you adjust the seams here?
I threw 4 seam.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I can't throw hard.
If Brad's in the batter's box, that's way below.
That's perfect for me.
No, that's perfect for Brad. That's at the knees for Brad.
That's perfect for me.
Did you say it would be below?
That is a strike.
No, sorry.
There's the freeze frame right there.
Yeah.
That's perfect for me.
It's a high strike.
He didn't have to move.
Now, look, guys, if he stands up and keeps his glove where it is, it's going to be below his letters. Well below his letters.
Oh, yeah, there's no
He's in a full crouch.
Well, Bond's going yard on this thing, so.
Well, yeah, Bonds is taking that out of the stadium. But I'll tell you who's not. Tyvis.
He has nothing for it.
And look, at my advanced age, at 57 years old, to be able to just go out there, I didn't warm up. And that's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Because before I ever throw hard, I throw with a heavy ball, and then I long toss.
Right.
So before I ever unfurl one and let it go,
big screen, dude.
By the way, this is a little kid's dream come true. I mean, I know that the little guys that got to throw out the first pitch just made their, that's a dream come true for them. But guys, you have to understand, since the time I was 5 years old, I used to sleep in my Indians uniform. My parents bought me a baseball uniform. I just refused it. Like, my mom would only wash it when I couldn't wear it to go somewhere else. In the summertime, I lived in it. Yeah. All I ever wanted to do was be a pitcher for the Cleveland Indians. A couple years ago in a tournament that I was playing out in Arizona, we went to all of the spring training sites out there, and I pitched a game at the Guardians spring training complex. And for me, that was a dream come true. I warmed up in their bullpen. Right. I've watched many games there. I got to pitch a complete 9-inning game on their mound in a big spot in a tournament. That was a dream come true for me. But that last night, was really a 57-year-old watching his dream come true.
Let me say this. First of all, kudos to you, because I've seen many a person go out there and dribble the ball or throw it some crazy.
Remember the mayor of Cincinnati?
We should have done a poll. Who's done it worse? Because 50 Cent also might be the worst of all time.
Carl Lewis.
Yeah. Carl Lewis was bad. Carl Lewis was bad.
Baba Booey from the Howard Stern Show. One of the worst ones.
Yeah.
But for you to step up there, basically unwarmed up and really deliver that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you that you
Thank
got
you,
a
brother.
chance to do
Thank
that.
you. I wasn't gonna give my dream a bad ending. I was gonna tube it.
We have the YouTube poll results, by the way.
So wait. What was the question? Ball or strike? All right.
We left it up for 2 minutes. We had 68 votes. Jay, I tried my best to hand you an L, but 69% said strike.
There we go. You did try your best.
I tried my hardest. I do want to say, before we move on, because we do got to talk a little Browns, that Roberto El Presidente said, it's Jay, so I'm going to say it's a ball, even though it's a strike. So thank you to the people in the chat.
I love you, Presidente.
I want to make sure that got a little acknowledgement.
Absolutely. Because anytime there's a YouTube poll involving me, I'm done. I am done. Especially if it's against G. Bush.
And they say, is Jay Crawford a Caucasian male?
No.
He's mixed. He's light-skinned.
By the way, I asked Kirk McCarty how hard he thought you threw. He said 70s.
Yeah.
It was about 70s.
I couldn't throw hard. I mean, I would love to have had like a little bullpen session. I wonder if anybody's ever asked to do that. We were joking, should I step off the rubber and throw to first?
Right.
No.
Should I shake off the sign?
The step off the second is hilarious.
Yeah, I thought about doing that.
Oh, the spin around.
The spin around,
that would have been
the pickoff move.
And we would never have been invited back.
Right. And just threw it into center field.
Pulled the Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, right.
No. But I want to thank the Guardians and also
they were awesome.
You guys being there made it even that much more special. It was really cool.
Yeah.
It was really fun to be out there with you guys. So thank you so much to Curtis and the Guardians. And they got the win last night.
Yep.
So the way it looks, they could actually play the Rays. The Rays have been in a slump here as they're trying to punch their ticket. Their magic number is at 1. It was that game last night meant nothing to the Guardians. That was for a playoff spot for the Rays.
They're a half game back of the Mariners.
They are. So right now it would be the Guardians and the Rays in that. And I'll tell you guys, this team matches up extremely well with us. Yeah. We just played 3 one-run games with them. 2 of them went extras. Yep. And even last night's game, they had to score a run in the 8th.
Right.
And the bases were loaded in the 9th. and somehow we got out of it.
Yeah, their lineup doesn't look good right now. So
no, so that's a team that scares me. I do not want the Rays in the first round.
Yeah, well, McClanahan's been really good, although he's been banged up.
Springs was great last night.
Springs has been great under the radar guy, and Rasmussen's been really good. Their pitching's good.
All right.